Hi everyone, Katarina here. Thank you so much for watching my video today. In this tutorial, I'm going to use this gorgeous autumn leaf mandala that was designed by Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady. And it was part of a collaboration amongst the three of us, Monica, and then Monica from Paper Mona, and myself. We all designed something for you to grab for completely for free. And I will talk about that later in this video, so please stay tuned. Trust me, it's worth it. You can also enter a lovely giveaway, but about that later again. Monica already created a gorgeous fun fold card using this mandala, and I will link to her video in the description box below, where you can also find the link to download this gorgeous file to use it in your own crafting. For today's card, I decided to go with softer colors for this one, and I used kind of pastel colors, I guess. To color in this image, I used alcohol markers, and these were the Tree Blend markers from Spectrum Noir. And the colors that I used were light yellow blend, citrus green blend, red brine blend, coral blend, vintage blue blend, and the gold yellow blend. So I've already colored and cut this out, as you can see. Now I use my digital cutting machine to cut this out, but it is very easy to hand cut as well. Monica used a craft knife to cut hers out, and she even went into the little details which I hadn't cut out. So just go ahead and check her video out. So mine measures about 6 inches. So the card base that I needed to create for the design that I was gonna go for is 7 by 8 inches. I know it's a bit an odd size, and I had to create my card base myself, but it is just to fit my design onto this card. I decided to use this citrusy green for my card base. I think it brings out some of the colors from my mandala just perfectly. And I'm matting it with this gold piece of cardstock, which measures 6 3/4 by 7 3/4. And this is not a very shiny cardstock. It is gold, but it is, I think, satin. So it doesn't have that mirror kind of a shine to it. And I think it's beautiful. I should use this more often. So the white piece of cardstock that goes on top of this will measure 6.5 by 7.5. I'm not going to glue this on just yet. I want to add a little color just to the edges of this, and I'm using the Twisted Citron Distress Oxiding, and it's barely visible here on camera, but in real life you can definitely pick up on it. It gives it a much more finished look than as if I had just left it completely white. So I'm just adding a very thin layer, a very thin strip, if you like, on the edges of that color. Again, works together very well with some of the colors in my mandala. And here I'm finding the halfway of the length of my cardstock, which is 7.5. So halfway would be 3 3/4. Now I'm going to mark half an inch down from that halfway point, which leaves me to 3 1/4, and half an inch up from the halfway mark, which would leave me 4 1/4. Again, 3 1/4 and 4 1/4. And these points will basically just act like guidelines for me where to put these 1/8 of an inch black card strips. These are just thin card strips which I'm planning to put across those points. This will leave me with about 1 inch of a gap between them. And then here I decided to cut my mandala in half. Now that was not an easy decision to make. After all that coloring and shading and all, I thought I will just completely destroy this image and I will have to start all over again. But once I arranged them on the card, it worked out absolutely perfectly fine. I'm glad I decided to go for it. Whew, it was quite a relief to see it all come together. So nice. So they line up perfectly. One of each half gonna go on either side of those black card strips, just like I'm demonstrating it in here. So I hadn't had anything glued down in here yet because I wanted to make sure that it works as much on paper as it did on my head. And yes, I loved how it was all coming together at this point. So I don't normally use black accents as cardstocks or anything on my cards, which I think I should more because it looks lovely. And the reason I decided to go with the black in here is to complement the black ink that I printed the mandalas out in, and I think it came together pretty well. So now I'm just using those dots and also the grid marks on my glass mat in here to line these up nice and straight. And then I'm going to add my glue onto the back of these. I was thinking of using foam pads, but then I decided against. I liked the way they were butting against those card strips in there, so I just went ahead and I used my liquid glue to glue these down against those card strips, which I will be doing now. Once I've cut all the excess away of those little card strips in there. And while I'm doing this, I just quickly want to talk about these alcohol markers. If you haven't tried any alcohol markers before and you would like to, I would recommend to try these Triblend alcohol markers. I find them so easy to use. You can get 3 different shades of the same color in one marker and they blend together so nicely. I adore using them and I really enjoy, I have to say, using them on all different designs lately. So for my sentiment, I decided to go with thank you. Now, I couldn't find any large die or a stamp to put in there, so I cut this out on my digital die cutting machine. I didn't want to use a happy birthday one, which I had loads of. I really wanted to make this a thank you card. But of course, you can use any dies or any stamps that you may have in your stash. I really wanted to find a stamp because I wanted to heat emboss this. It didn't work out, and at the end, I was glad that I went with the black one in here. So I'm using the exact same black cardstock as I used for the card strips in there. And I'm layering 3 of these on top of each other. Because I cut these out to quite chunky ones, it's quite easy to line them up using my liquid glue, which leaves me with a little bit of a wriggle room, but dries nice, quick and clear. Before gluing the sentiment onto my cardstock, first I'm going to cover the back of my front card panel in foam tape. Because I didn't add any dimension to the mandalas, I really wanted some dimension on this card, so I decided to lift up the whole front panel, which I think worked out perfectly. So now I'm lining it up on my card base, leaving an equal border of that gold cardstock on all 4 sides. Still not going to glue down my sentiment because at this point I really wasn't sure, did I want it black or was I going to heat emboss this with gold embossing powder. So first I wanted to decide on the embellishments that I'm going to use, and it took me a lot longer than you see it on here in video. In here I cut out the footage where I was going through all different boxes. So at the end I decided on these real nice soft colored ones, green and gold from Chloe's Creative Cards, and these are the smallest sizes of the 3 sizes that is in each bling box that Chloe offers. So now I went ahead and I glued down my sentiment, just using liquid glue, because there's quite a lot of dimension to them. As I layered 3 of those up, I didn't feel like I needed to add any extra dimension to the sentiment. And now I'm going to glue all the little gold ones just on top of those green leaves, and then the green little gems on top of those coral colored leaves. And once all that lovely bling was in place, there was only one thing left to do to add some lovely, gorgeous sparkle to my sentiment. And I did that using the crystal clear sparkle pen from Spectrum Noir. I think it adds such a lovely sparkle to it. Once this dries, it leaves you with just that lovely glitter all across those letters. And this is the next day I took this little footage in here. When everything's properly dry, just look at that lovely shine and sparkle, all the soft colors on this card. I just love how this turned out. I mentioned at the start of this video that this is a part of a collaboration where you can get some designs for free. So this mandala was created by Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and she also offers a colored-in version of this mandala. The autumn paper was designed by Monica from Paper Mona, and I designed a digital stamp with this little gnome couple. And if you wish, you can also enter our challenge using these free designs, 1 or more of them, and you can win a beautiful digital bundle called Color Your World, designed by Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, which is such a wonderful digital bundle. It is jam-packed with papers, with SVG files, PDFs and sentiments, and it's lovely and colorful. So to claim your free designs, all you have to do, go to the links in the description box below, check out each video where we used our own designs to create some lovely fun-filled cards, and in there you can also find the links that will take you to the free download. Thank you very much everyone for watching and for all the lovely encouraging comments and likes and subscriptions. So if you're new here and if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so and hit the notification bell so you will not miss out on future videos. I will be back very soon with another lovely tutorial. Until the next time, bye!